We continue reading from Sri Isopanishad. We are on mantra 11. I'll just read the translation. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immorality. So Sri Isopanishad is saying that. So yesterday we were hearing that how was being said that those who are only focused in spiritual, only focused in material education and not at all concerned with spiritual education are just increasing their diseased condition. So reading from the purport, this does not mean that all activities for the maintenance of the body should be stopped. There is no question of stopping activities, just as there is no question of wiping out one's temperature altogether when trying to recover from a disease. So, because many people say, oh, what, you want me to chant? So you think I'll chant the whole day? Don't I have work to do? You have to work, not that you don't have to work. You're anyway not going to chant 24 hours a day, you know. If you take out 10 minutes or maximum 2 hours in a day, you still have 22 hours to do other things. So many of us, we just use it as an excuse, you know. Oh, what I have to do? I'm just going to hear and chant the whole day. How will I do my other things? So there's no way we can stop our material duties. We cannot. We are in the body, we have to maintain the body. So to make the best use of a bad bargain is the appropriate expression. What's the best use of a bad bargain? Actually, we being in this material body is a bad bargain for us. We find ourselves that, oh, I'm inside this body. We think it's a great thing. You know, I am so and so, I'm so great, I have so many followers, or I am so many, whatever, you know, I have so much wealth, or I have so much family, or whatever, you know. But we are in this material body. Why is it a bad bargain? Because we are spirit souls. We are not the body. We are pure spirit souls. Our place is in the spiritual world, not in this material world. So it is a bad bargain. But then now what to do? So let's make the best use of it. That's the proposal. That's the proposal. The culture of spiritual knowledge necessitates the help of the body and mind. Therefore, maintenance of the body and mind is required if we are to reach our goal. The normal temperature should be maintained at 98.6 degrees, and the great sages and saints of India have attempted to do this by a balanced program of spiritual and material knowledge. They never allow the misuse of human intelligence for diseased sense gratification. So we find ourselves now in this body. So we are saying it's a bad bargain, but what to do? So use this body to cultivate the spiritual knowledge. We have this body, we have this mind, we need to keep it healthy. We need to keep it healthy and fit. Only then we can use it in the service of Krishna. Only then can we use it to revive our Krishna consciousness. So this is a balance that we have to find. A balance between our material and spiritual knowledge. So, but what is the proposal? Don't misuse the human intelligence. And what is the misuse? Just gratifying the body, just a sense enjoyment. Engaging all the energy, all the time. Only how can I enjoy my senses more and more? That is not what is needed. To maintain the body and to maintain the mind, those activities, that knowledge, of course, we need to. We can't artificially say, oh, I'm not in this body, you know. Then we'll be taken to the mental ward if we do that. No, we are very much in the body, so we just use it intelligently. Human activities diseased by a tendency toward sense gratification have been regulated in the Vedas under the principles of salvation. This system employs religion, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation. But at the present moment, people have no interest in religion or salvation. They have only one aim in life, sense gratification. And in order to achieve this end, they make plans for economic development. So the Vedas are divided in such a way which take us like from, what is that? Sense gratification, religion. Religion, dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. So what is that? That we do some pious activities. Pious activities, why? So then we'll get some good result. And with that good result, we'll get some opulence. We will get, so that good result will be that opulence. So means a facility to enjoy our senses. That's sense gratification. And then ultimately we'll realize, oh, no matter how much I'm trying to gratify my senses, no matter how much I'm doing, I still end up in frustration. So what is this whole thing about? So let me try for liberation. So that's how it is. Dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. People do pious activities so that they can get better facilities. Better facilities for what? For sense enjoyment, that's calm. And then after repeatedly, after lifetimes and lifetimes trying to enjoy the senses, we come to the point of frustration. Oh, no matter how much I'm trying to enjoy, I'm just being frustrated. Then moksha. But now what has happened? Misguided men think that religion should be maintained because it contributes to economic development, which is required for sense gratification. Thus, in order to guarantee further sense gratification after death, in heaven, there is some system of religious observance. So right now, nobody is interested, how can I get out of this material world? Most of us are interested, how can I enjoy more and more? How can I work more so that I will get more facilities to enjoy more? That's what we are looking for. How can I become economically very stable so that I will have more facility for enjoyment? And then to that degree, we are also willing that, okay, I'm going to do some charity, I'm going to do some puja, some penance, or some religious observance, so that after I leave this body, I can continue to enjoy. I will go to the heavenly planets. I will go to Swargalok. I will enjoy there with beautiful men or women, and I will drink all the beverages there, the intoxicants over there. Over here, we have this alcohol, which doesn't taste very good. But in the heavenly planets, the alcohol tastes very good and has this intoxicating effect. So that's what now we are, we are not understanding that will also finish. Again, we'll come here again, same, but it's just keeping us in this cycle of birth and death. So that's not the purpose of religion. Many people think, oh, I'm doing this puja, so I'm religious. I'm doing this fasting, so I'm very religious. I went to this place of pilgrimage, so I'm very religious. I'm very pious. Just material piety. That is just material piety. And we say, I'm going to do this pujas, I'll get more money, I'll get more secure, I'll be happier in this material world. All that is material piety, but that is not what true religion is. The path of religion is actually meant for self-realization. Self-realization. Who am I? And economic development, what is that needed for? Is required just to maintain the body in a sound, healthy condition. We do not know where to stop. How much do I need? Well, Isopanishad is saying the economic development, what we need is just to be able to maintain the body in a sound, healthy condition, to keep the body fit. That's all. A man should lead a healthy life with a sound mind just to realize Vidya, true knowledge, which is the aim of human life. This life is not meant for working like an ass or for culturing avidya for sense gratification. So it's not that we need to have a lot of economic development to keep this body very fit and healthy. No, what is Isopanishad recommending? Just have enough, just enough to be mentally and physically stable. Just have that. And the rest of the energy, engage it in self-realization. Engage it in self-realization. So the path of Vidya is most perfectly presented in Srimad Bhagavatam, which directs a human being to utilize his life to inquire into the absolute truth. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence, is the cream of the essence of all the Vedas, of the Vedanta, is the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. So all the Vedic literature, Srila Vyasadeva wrote, then he made a commentary on all the Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, and that commentary is called the Vedanta Sutra. Then the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. The commentary on the Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is the cream of the essence of all the Vedas. And what is the Bhagavatam directing us to? Directing us to inquire into the absolute truth. What is the absolute truth? The absolute truth is realized step by step as Brahman, Paramatma, and finally Bhagwan, the personality of Godhead. So Vedanti Tat Tattva Vedas, that the learned transcendentalists, they inquire into the absolute truth and they realize the absolute truth as Brahmatmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaneti, Shabdayate. Brahman, Paramatma, and finally Bhagwan, the person, that God is a person. So it means God is realized in three features as the light, the impersonal Brahmajyoti, the light which is coming from the body of the Lord. Many people call it the divine light or the Brahman effulgence or just the light, Brahmajyoti. Then a higher understanding of the absolute truth is that the absolute truth, the Lord, is situated in the heart of every living entity as the Paramatma and into every atom of the universe as the Paramatma. And the most perfect understanding of the absolute truth is that he's a person. He's a person. And what is the light? The light, the Brahman or the Brahmajyoti, that's the effulgence which is coming from his body. And he has expanded as Paramatma in this material world. The absolute truth is realized by the broad-minded man who has attained knowledge and detachment by following the 18 principles of the Bhagavad Gita described in the purport to Mantra 10. So it's said that we need to be broad-minded to understand the absolute truth. We have to be broad-minded. Why? Because if I say that the absolute truth should be like this, or the absolute truth is like this according to me, or I want the absolute truth to be like that, then we are not actually trying to find the absolute truth. We are sticking to our own judgment or our own mental speculation. So to actually understand the absolute truth, in fact, we have to open our minds and our hearts to receive this knowledge. And how? By following the 18 principles, the 18 points of knowledge that Mantra 18, in Mantra 10 was given. And where is this coming from? Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks that this is the way of culture of knowledge. He speaks in chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita. So by following that, we will gain knowledge and we will gain detachment And we will be able to understand the absolute truth. And so what are those 18 principles? Is bhakti. Inquire from the spiritual master, serve him submissively. That is the main principle. And then the spiritual master will guide us. Then we need to cultivate all the humility, the respect, the forbearance, the tolerance. But the first step is approach a spiritual master to get the spiritual knowledge, the transcendental knowledge. That is the way to actually understand the absolute truth. In fact, not making up something or some idea of the absolute truth by our own mental speculation or somebody else's mental speculation. Oh, this is the absolute truth because this one told me. Or this is the absolute truth because this group of people say that. No, absolute truth cannot be according to what a group of persons says or one very charismatic person says. Absolute truth is absolute truth. And we need to learn from him, learn about him from sadhu, guru, and shastra. So therefore, all classes of men are encouraged to learn the art of devotional service to the Lord. So it's only through bhakti. Only through bhakti can we be able to understand the absolute truth. The guaranteed path to the aim of Vidya is described by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which we have presented in English as the Nectar of Devotion. So Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu is original work by Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami was instructed by Lord Caitanya to clearly mark down how we can engage in bhakti. And so Srila Rupa Goswami has mentioned that in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, and Srila Prabhupada very kindly has translated it in Nectar of Devotion. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu is very, very vast. So, but Srila Prabhupada just compiled it in English, took the main points and the essence, he put it in the book called Nectar of Devotion. The culture of Vidya is summarized in Srimad Bhagavatam 1-14 in the following words. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 14. Tasmad ekena manasaha bhagwan sattvatam patihi shrotavya kirtitavyascha dhyeyaha pujyascha nityada. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. So Bhagavatam is telling us what is bhakti. It's telling us what we have to do. What we have to do with one pointed attention means fix, determine. Don't get distracted. Let me do this path or that path. No, with firm faith. Firm faith, discipline, with one pointed attention that this is the only way that I can get out of this material world. This is the only way I can be situated in my true original position. This is the only way I can revive my original love of God. This is my only way to true salvation and liberation. What we have to do, constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. So only thing we have to do is hear and chant and worship the deity of Krishna. Hear about Krishna, chant the holy name, worship the deity. And then what's going to happen? For sure, Krishna protects us. Avishya Rakshibe Krishna. We become a devotee of Krishna. Krishna always protects his devotees. We do not need to fear. So unless religion, economic development, and sense gratification aim toward the attainment of devotional service to the Lord, they are all simply different forms of nescience, as Sri Isopanishad states in the following mantras. So Sri Isopanishad is telling us, okay, there is dharma, artha, and kam. Okay, so there's dharma, artha, and kam. And until and unless it does not bring us to the point of bhakti, then it is only ignorance, nescience. Nescience means knowledge of ignorance. So if any religion is not giving us to the point of bhakti, then it is ignorance. If our economic development, our economic development is not bringing us to bhakti. It's nescience. It's sense gratification is not bringing us to bhakti. It's nescience. So that is the statement of Sri Isopanishad. Any questions or comments? We might say, oh, how can sense gratification bring us to bhakti? We cannot stop our senses. The senses need gratification. So then how Prabhupada explains to us, with the eyes, see the beautiful form of the Lord. Oh, the Lord is wearing today, what's the color of the dhoti? Oh, what's the color of the embroidery? What jewelry is he wearing? Well, how's the flower arrangement? How's the arrangement of his hair? What is Srimati Radharani wearing? So when we see the deities like that, then in the morning itself, when we see the deities darshan with attention, then throughout the day, we will keep remembering. It will become smaranam then. Throughout the day, we will keep remembering, oh, the Lord was wearing this, was wearing that. You know, we see with attention photos of other people on Facebook or Instagram. What is he wearing? What is she wearing? What are they doing? Oh, let me see how they look. Yeah, so instead, we should also try to look, oh, what are the deities wearing? How are they dressed? And throughout the day, it will come in our mind. It will come. We will keep remembering. There's sense gratification for the eyes, then hearing. What's sense gratification for the ears? Ears always want to hear something. Hear the pastimes of the Lord. Hear the glories of the Lord. Eating, we want to eat. Offer everything to Krishna before we eat. You know? So then this is bhakti. It leads to bhakti then. So we'll stop here for today. If there are no questions or comments. Okay, Shri Isopanishad ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaurav Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.